Hey guys, what's up? Cardfight here, and today I'm here with a Nightmare Doll deck profile. This is with the updated cards from the Character Booster 03. So I'm not going to get into the old cards. Just going to give you an update on the new cards. There's not too many new cards, but the new cards that we did get are very good. So it makes the deck a lot more consistent now, and you can do your combo a lot easier now. It's a lot easier to fetch your combo pieces, and yeah. Also, it gets you more options to countercharge. So anyway, let's get into the deck profile. So for the starting Vanguard, we're running Natalie. This is a new starting Vanguard from the character booster. Her skill is Count Loss 1, move the card into the soul, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and put one of them into your soul, put the other 2 to the bottom of your deck. If you put a Nightmare Doll into your soul with this card's effect, then you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then put one of them into your soul, and then you can shuffle your deck. So essentially you get 2 cards into your soul with her skill, and obviously she helps you set up your soul for your combo, because getting the right pieces into your soul is very important for this deck. Yeah. So next we're running 4, Catherine, old card, good card, main card you want to ride. That's why we have a card now that can help you fix your heart if you misride. But the other great 3 we're running is 4 Nightmare Doll Alice, which is another combo piece for the deck. She's actually probably the most important piece. So, actually no, they're all pretty important. You can't really run the combo without one of them. But yeah, so yeah, Alice, pretty good. Next, running 3 Gerda. Gerda is not very important. She's just here because she's a Nightmare Doll, but she is a new card nonetheless. Her skill is when this was played on Rear Guard Circle. Sorry, you can look at the top. You can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. And if all 3 of them are Nightmare Dolls, you can choose one of them and put them in your soul, and then shuffle your deck. So she's not as good as the new starting Vanguard, because you have to have all 3 Nightmare Dolls in order for you to get the soul charge. So there is a chance you might not get her effect off, because we are running Stride Fodders and we are running Perfect Guards. So might be a little dangerous, but it's fine. We're not running that many, and getting her effect up is kind of a plus anyway. Mainly she's here because she's a Workaloid, and you do get a potential soul charge, so it's aight. Next, running for Brenda. So Brenda is from Fighters Collection. Mainly here, she's not a Workaloid, but she does help you fetch some Workaloids in your soul, and she does combo with Beatrix, so she's in here for that. Old card. Next, we're running for Ginny. She is another combo piece for the deck. You need her to get the Alice loop going. So her skill, or you guys know what she does, but you know, help your Alice hit extra numbers. Pretty good. Moving on to grade 1s, running for I think Leslie. Leslie she's a combo piece, but she's not essential for the combo to work, but it makes your combo a lot better. Personally, I wouldn't start going off with my combo if I don't have Leslie on the field, mainly because you don't hit hard enough. So yeah, basically every time your Alice gets called out, you get to restand her, which is almost all the time if you have the right combo pieces. So yeah. And we're running 3 of the new Nightmare Doll rare. Her name is Nightmare Doll Riza, and her skill is Genestric 1. When this card is called to the Rear Guard Circle from her soul by a effect of a Workaloid, then this card gets plus 3,000 power and a new skill. And the new skill is at the end of the turn, you can countercharge 1. So she's here to help you countercharge. Most of the time, though, you want to have Leslie out instead of her. If you put this behind your Vanguard, it's fine, I guess, but most of the time you want Leslie. Leslie is probably the best booster in this deck. She also functions as an attacker, so Anyway, next we're running 3 Masquerade Bunnies. Now, you don't have to run these if you don't want to. If you want to increase your Nightmare Doll consistency, then you can not run these. But I personally think you should run these, because if you do get into sharding, you probably don't want to discard your Alice's. So, you know, the only other option is either discarding Catherine or her, and you probably won't have that many Catherines to discard anyway, since you probably ride one, and then you'll have 3 left, and then these are, most of the time, they'll be off limits to discard, unless you really need to, then yeah. So that's why we're running the Masquerade Bunny. But the other debate is that Nightmare Doll is a rush deck, so you shouldn't, some people would debate that you shouldn't stride, but if you're playing against an opponent that's smart enough, they probably won't rush you back in the first place, so you won't have the damage to go off early game. So, yep. Yeah, rushing a Nightmare Doll deck is not really a good idea. So, anyway. Unless they don't have a combo, unless they don't have the combo pieces in their soul, then it might be a good idea, but with the consistency they have now, they can get the right soul very easily, so anyway. Anyway, we're in 4 Perfect RGs. This is also not Nightmare Doll, so these are the targets that you may hit into with Gerda that might make her effect not work, but everything else is a Nightmare Doll, so you have a very small chance to hit into these, but hopefully it won't happen. But we're running the Perfect RG because it helps to unflip, and this deck does eat a lot of counterblast, so refreshing a counterblast is very good. For the trigger lineup, running 8 crit, 4 draw, and 4 heal. So we have a full Nightmare Doll lineup now. This deck does not need stands, so I'm not running stands. The draws also help you hit into your combo pieces, so that's fairly good. Sorry, my camera ran out of batteries, but let's move on to the G zone. So for the G zones, we're running 2 Eleanor. What she does is, once per turn, you can G-flip 1 Workeroid unit and choose a card from your hand and move it into your soul. So you don't have to G-flip herself, but you have to G-flip either her or Beatrix. Most of the time you're going to G-flip herself unless you somehow need to use her again, which is not likely, but yeah. So, fuck. So her skill is, look at the top 10 cards of your deck, and then you can, from there you can add a grade 3 Workeroid unit and reveal it, and then either place it in your Vanguard circle or into your soul. By Vanguard circle I mean like you can replace your heart. If you replace your heart, you pick the previous heart and put it in the drop zone. So basically, if you have Alice before and you want to fix it into Catherine, you can do that, but then after that you have to put the Alice into the drop zone. So she's very good for fixing a heart. Definitely was a problem before because nobody really wanted to ride into Alice, or stay in Alice at least. And next we're running 3 Beatrix, so she's from the Fighters Collection, and most of the time we're going to use her as a finisher. She's quite strong as a finisher, but she's also very good for fixing your field. So yeah, and she combos with Brenda, so yeah. And then we're running 1 Harry. Don't really need it, but just in case, he's there, just in case. And we're running 2 Lunatic Clown Dragon. Barely use it, but he's pretty good for the crit, if anything. And running 1 Fairfield. So this is the new GR from the character booster. His skill is Magia, Jesuit 3, Counterblast 2. Choose a card from a drop zone in your soul and put it to the bottom of your deck. And then you can choose a card from your soul and call it to your Vanguard circle. And then during this turn it gets plus 10,000 power and extra critical. And a new ability, which is to Soul Blast 2. And then during this turn, this card gets plus 5,000 power, but it cannot be targeted by card effects. And then during the end of the turn, shuffle your deck, and then during the end of turn, return this unit back to the soul. So basically it helps you stack 3 triggers onto a unit, quote unquote, but then that unit cannot be targeted by triggers after that, since triggers are card effects, so you cannot stack even more triggers onto it, and you can't do other things with it. But your opponent can also not destroy it with their cards. For example, if you're playing Kagero or you're playing against Grand Blue, they can't pop those. So he's quite good for that. If you're playing against a Grand Blue player, and you know he has a what's it called? Negro Lily, then you're probably going to use this card so that you can hit pretty big and your opponent can't pop your unit. So yeah. And then afterwards, we're running 3 Millward. She's here for the stride turns where you don't want to use Counterblast. So if you want to preserve your Counterblast so that you can save it up for a giant push with Catherine, you can use Millward instead. Yeah, she does come in pretty handy sometimes. And for the G Guardians, running 1 Dismal to protect your combo pieces. One of the old Fighters Collection ones. They're not Fighters Collection. What's it called? GBT8. It helps. It calls out a unit, so you know if you want to intercept with it, then you can feel free to do that. And running 2 of the Fighters Collection ones. This one helps you also search for combo pieces, so he's quite good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Thanks for watching, guys. It's a very fun deck. Yeah, it's a very, very fun deck. I had a lot of fun playing this deck, especially when you can get combo off. It's just very fun, and your opponent will try to get triggers in the damage zone so they can guard against it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Kartaku, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!